Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bad Moms in Business.
I'm Bridgette Robertson.
I'm Amanda Sharp.
I'm Danielle Monaghan.
So how's everyone doing this week?
Good.
Pretty good. We had a snow day today.
Yes. Lots and lots of snow. How much snow did you guys get? I'm curious.
I did not measure, but I think at least a foot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure. So it went up mid-calf. But we had some big drifts, though. That was the issue. It's the drifts that got me good.
For sure. I think we got about 12 inches too, but I mean, there are some places where the snow drifted and it's probably like 2.5 feet-ish.
Yeah.
What was really weird is when I woke up at 4 o'clock, because, I'm an early riser, I looked at my car and I was like, oh, it didn't even snow because there was nothing on top of my car. And then I went to let Dexter outside and I opened up the door and there was like this much snow in front of the door. I was like, oh, it just blew off. Okay. I was confused.
Yeah,
I made fun of weather people at that moment in time, so I regret that decision.
Amanda, sincere apologies.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. I thought mean things. It's just what I do.
It's fine. It's fine. Amanda's thinking mean things are not actually mean things. Like, let's be honest about that.
No, it went more like, I guess they were wrong.
Yeah, not mean things.
I opened the door and I was like, oh no, they were actually right.
Poor weather people out there. Meteorologists, are they all meteorologists that do that? I don't know.
I don't know. So are the people who stand in front of the green screen and point, are those actually meteorologists? Or are they getting their information from meteorologists and they're the face of the information?
Interesting
point.
I always thought they were meteorologists, but
I'm just saying there's
sure
a lot of good-looking meteorologists out there if that's the case.
It's a fair point.
That's a really
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't know either. If you know out there,
I'm sorry that you can hear that.
That's way too important for us.
I don't even. Did my screen disappear? Like, what happened on your end? No, nothing.
Nothing.
My entire screen shifted. This is a new computer. I haven't quite worked out the kinks yet. I don't know how to do it. And when we get a phone call, it rings to my computer. I don't know, but I did get a new computer, guys. Currently on my new computer.
You love it?
I'm so excited for you. And I have to say, I feel like the podcast did your old computer in.
It might have, honestly. So I have, for those of you that are listening and watching right now, I've been working on our intro for a good 2 months now, something like that, maybe even a little bit longer. And every time I would open up any sort of editing software, my computer would just crash.
And the intro that she had, you guys, it was, I don't even want to bring it up because it's gonna upset her, but
hurts me.
It was so good.
I love it.
And it killed her computer because of how intricate it was and how many layers there, like figuratively and literally layers there were to it. And I don't think it'll ever be seen by the public.
I don't think so. No, I'm going to attempt to recreate it, but there were so many different, we don't need to get into the details. I don't know that it's physically possible, even with a new computer. I just don't know if it's got it.
Yeah.
Your vision may be bigger than a Mac's ability.
Mm-hmm. That's right. There's too much. There's too much going on up here. I wanted too many things for our wonderful viewers and listeners, and I don't think it was going to happen.
Our Danielle's smarter than a Mac.
Yeah.
May have been user error there, though. So,
I highly doubt.
Yet to be decided. Anyways, okay, so today we're going to talk about something that might be a little controversial. I don't know how everybody's going to take this. We mean no disrespect. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but we're going to talk about the whole boss babe culture that's going on out there. What are your guys' feelings about the term boss babe? Girl boss.
I'm going to let Bridgette go first.
Amanda,
throw her right under that bus.
because Amanda knows how I feel about it, and she's gonna let me take the heat. And then she's okay. I think it does. I'm gonna be so nice about this.
Do it.
I think that if you are out there using the hashtag GirlBoss or BossBabe, you are doing yourself a serious disservice. I think it cheapens who you are. I think it cheapens your brand, and I think it also is kind of a smack in the face to the women who have paved the way for us to be able to be bosses or entrepreneurs or owning our own business. Those women are probably rolling in their graves at BossBabe. Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate it so much. Amanda?
That was Bridgette's nice way of phrasing it. Let's keep that in mind.
I'm so glad she scaled that back, ladies. I don't hate it the way that Bridgette does, but I definitely think it's just not woman. And I can't say that I probably haven't used it once in the past.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially when it first came out. It was trendy. It was catchy. So I'd have to look back and see if I actually did. I just can't speak to if I did or not. But I just don't think it's elegant. And I just think it's so immature sounding. And to be taken seriously, I think it's just not the term that we should use.
I completely agree with you guys. I did an Instagram post about this a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago. It's something that kind of drives me nuts a little bit. And again, I mean, don't disrespect. And if you guys have anybody who's listening or watching right now has a different opinion, we are more than happy to hear about it and have a healthy discussion with you guys. But I just feel like we as women have worked so hard to be seen. Bridgette's just eating.
She knows she just didn't do that.
I did. I mean, I took what looked like a drink, but you guys.
Well, what was the spoon? You know, I mean, there's a spoon
out
there.
of the way.
But anyway, I feel like us women, we've worked very hard to be seen as professionals, especially in a entrepreneurial status. And I feel like a lot of times we are still looked so down on by other men in the industry. I'm sorry if any men are listening. It is not every man that does it, but it kind of is like the thing. When you guys ever get handshakes from men, do they ever do like the slight rotate of the hand where their hand is like dominantly on top of yours?
Yep.
One of my biggest pet peeves.
Okay. I don't know.
You should seriously, any women that are listening right now, if you go to, which I mean, it's COVID right now. We're not really supposed to be shaking hands, but like in a little bit when we're shaking hands and giving hugs again and all of that kind of fun stuff,
it's coming.
Pay attention to the way that a man shakes your hand. And it's not every guy, but you can really tell in my opinion, you can tell the type of man by the type of handshake that they give you. If it's firm and it's up and down and it's like a normal handshake, I so respect that man. The guy who slightly turns his wrist to where he's dominantly on top of your hand.
So I'm going to have to say I've never noticed it ever in my life. I know I'm an aggressive handshaker.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to give it back to him a little bit, you know, like I'm
coming in with quality in that shake. But I don't know that it's ever like, if anything, maybe I'm the one who's like doing a wiggle dance with him. They're like, wow,
interesting. So I feel like that's the whole kind of girl boss babe kind of deal is it's just like taking us back a little bit. You would never catch a guy doing something like that, saying different things like that about himself, about other people, about his peers in the industry. You would never catch that.
No. Could you imagine? And this runs rampant on social media. I don't know if in real life women are walking around calling themselves boss babes out loud. If you are, please stop. That's just even more silly. But it runs rampant on social media. And I pulled up some statistics because I wanted to see how often people were using these hashtags.
I can't wait to do something after you announce that. I just thought of it. I'm going to be prepared.
Okay. So on Instagram, I didn't even look on Facebook because Instagram is mostly where the hashtags live, right? 18 million Instagram posts with the hashtag BossBabe and 22.8 million Instagram posts with the hashtag GirlBoss. Could you imagine a man posting a photo of himself in a tie with his little briefcase, holding a cup of coffee with the hashtag ManBoss?
No.
Or
Boy boss.
So there is, I just started putting in hashtags. So there's 14.4K. So not even a sliver of the quantity of Boss Boy.
I'm surprised it's even that high.
Boss. There are 13.9K of Boy Boss. Again, fraction. So the point is, no one's doing that.
And I just want to clarify something really quick. We have a lot of men listenership and viewership, and we so appreciate you.
We do.
Please don't put Boy Boss or
I've never
Boss.
I've never with my eyes.
I've never seen this, but please don't diminish. Nobody should be diminishing themselves down to a title like this. You are boss. You are entrepreneur. You are, I don't know, whatever some other things are.
Mr.
Like
Boss or Mrs. Boss or Ms. Boss.
Right.
So
like,
I do think some of these are satire.
Oh.
There's one. There's one man who has a t-shirt on that says male farmer with like carrots on it. And it says, I'm going to change his name. John never wanted to be a farmer's husband. He wanted to be a farmer in his own right. And now Rob is living his unconventional dream. He's a real male farmer. We should absolutely celebrate Rob for smashing the glass ceiling.
That's exactly what satire. That is.
Okay, I was like, I don't understand that.
Yep.
Like making fun of it.
Like making fun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had to circle back to that word because
So someone else, Amanda, probably didn't know what it meant. So you did the right thing.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
So here's what this is all coming full circle. The majority of people are not taking these titles serious.
No.
Because in my opinion, they're not very serious. It doesn't, if I see somebody saying, I'm a girl boss, I'm a boss babe, to me, that rings different as a woman who is saying, I am the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I am running my business. That to me sounds more serious than girl boss and boss babe. So right there, it's showing that other people aren't taking it serious either.
Well, I wanted to look up the origin because I was like, where did this nonsense even come from? I'm going to be the one to say it. You guys are going to hate me. I mean, Danielle, I saw your face.
Oh no.
I saw your grimace.
I'm nervous.
I feel like a lot of this stems from multi-level marketing. A lot of people who own their businesses through, like, I don't want to throw any of those the best, but people that sell makeup or jewelry or bags or those types of things. I think a lot of those types of businesses use those hashtags. But apparently there was a book that came out in 2014 titled Girl Boss, and it had like a hashtag in front of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't it even hashtag Girl Boss? Yeah. Her name was Sophia something.
Yes.
I've seen her around Clubhouse, actually. She's been in a couple of the rooms that I've been lingering in.
You know who else you can find in the club? This girl. So sorry. It's the only club I've ever been in my life. I'm so sorry.
She's way too excited about this.
You know.
Sophia Amoruso.
Yes. Yep, that's it.
So I guess what was that
much
book
about her?
Let me tell you. New York Times best-selling sensation, founder and executive chairman of Nasty Gal. Again, Shares her story and inspires women everywhere to join the girl boss movement.
So here's the deal. I can understand and appreciate the idea behind it.
Sure.
Wanting women to take control of their own lives. A lot of women weren't seen in entrepreneurial. I feel like I keep saying that wrong, but entrepreneurial, whatever, you get it. Those type of roles, because I feel like so many women don't go into the business field. So I understand wanting to kind of drive the masses a little bit and inspire women and girls all over by writing a book about how, yeah, you can be your own boss and you can be in business and all of this. But I feel like by creating that type of slogan for themselves, it's kind of taken a turn a bit.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that kind of bothers me about it is a lot of the time it comes with like other cutesy stuff, like, hey, gorgeous, hey, doll.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Like, men don't walk around, hey, handsome, hey, whatever it is.
I have to say, I love people.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, sweet friend.
Yes.
I say that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I add descriptive, loving, enduring terms to my messages or my comments.
And
but I do think that's different than, hey, gorgeous, with the intent of, that's not often genuine.
Correct.
That's my problem.
That's the biggest issue right there with those type of words. We can get into a whole side topic of like the hun, sweetie, sweetheart.
You know, I'm going to totally like pull this episode into the other direction because people are you're talking about this, but you don't mind that. I don't mind getting called hun or sweetie. I know it bothers some people, but at the end of it,
it depends on who says it.
It doesn't bother me, and I don't feel like it diminishes me. I think it's a term of someone being kind or nice. I don't think it's like, hey, baby.
It's not that. You know what? When I don't like it, like there was a woman in our field who called people that hun, right? Honey, whatever. I don't want to say her name, Amanda. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I loved it.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a woman of a certain age, and it was not meant to be anything other than a term of endearment.
Absolutely.
But if you are a man and we are working together and you call me up and you call me hun, it is so disgusting. It is so demeaning, and it's meant to be, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand it. Cannot stand it.
Same.
I think what you're saying, like flowery language and spicing up a sentence to a friend that you actually love is one thing. But getting on the phone with someone that you don't know, or having a woman who's a boss walk through the office and like stop at cubicles and say, hey, gorgeous, hey, hon, hey, like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Rubs me the wrong way.
That's all.
If you want to call me hun or sweetie or something along those lines, and you are not at least 30 years older than me.
Yeah.
That's a good distinguished way of deciphering if it's kind of okay or not.
Yeah. Next time somebody says it to you, just be like, how old are you? Do the math really quick. Okay. That was inappropriate. Don't call me that.
Back in my hardware days, I reference this a lot. They're like, oh, here she goes. But, if I was ringing up the cashier when I first started and I was a baby, the amount of people were, thanks, hon. It just was so sweet. I loved having that connection with the customers. So I do think it just depends on who it is and if the situation's appropriate.
If we're on equal footing and we're working the same exact job and we are talking about something that we both have equal say in, and you're calling me hun, you are trying to assert your dominance over me.
Yes.
What did you say, hun?
Amanda, I'm going to start counting.
If you are a 16-year-old working at a cash register and an older gentleman comes in and you smile at him and you remind him of his granddaughter.
Yep.
And he tells you hug.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is different.
If you were in a professional setting of any kind and something like that gets said, it's inappropriate. It just is. Even, I mean, so the age thing I think will always come into play because there are, I like the way that you phrased that, Bridgette, somebody of a certain age, they were brought up just slightly different than you were. I guarantee it. And so that kind of level of communication is acceptable in my opinion. But if you were in a professional setting, like you said, Bridgette, if you're on like that same level footing, somebody's just trying to slightly get one over on you. And I don't like it. To be honest, I don't like it in most situations, but it's a professional setting that just really gets under my skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the other thing too is at the end of the day, I think I understand why we do it. We want people to know, because a lot of the time as a woman who is a boss, like a legitimate boss, you either own your own business or you have subordinates. That's not always a position that women have held, right? That's typically a position that was for men. And so I can totally understand a woman saying like, man, I did it. I shattered that glass ceiling. I'm the first woman in this position at this company or whatever the situation may be. And I want people to know that I am the boss because that means something to me. And I get that. But I also think like, let your work speak for itself. Let the way you treat people and your subordinates speak for itself. People will have so much more respect for you than like someone who has to shout from the rooftops that they're a boss.
Right.
You know, men, I don't even think men do that. And granted, men probably don't do that because people just assume they're the boss.
Right. Yeah. They just don't have to.
Yeah.
But we don't either. We
No.
don't either. We're past that now. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And do you think, I'm just going back to our podcast on imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think some women just don't say it because they don't think they're worthy of saying boss woman?
That's interesting.
Boss. That it's subconsciously a way that they're downplaying their position without even realizing it.
I never thought about that. That is a really good point.
And if that is the case,
this is the one area I don't have.
Use words, either don't use the word at all, or boss woman, or just boss, like you said.
Just boss. Just be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be something to that.
That's interesting. Know your worth. I feel like that's so important. Know where your position is, where your status is.
And I think it's interesting to note 3 different women, 3 way different thought processes.
Absolutely.
About everything in life. Still, all 3 of us agree on this. Maybe at different levels.
For sure.
But we agree. So I'm curious to see what our listeners think about this.
I know. And I hope that I pray that nobody's listening to this as they're typing up their BossBabe Instagram post.
Or maybe that's the perfect time for them to be listening.
Exactly.
I just hope that we don't mean any harm by having this conversation.
No.
We are trying to empower you a little bit to know that you are more than that type of hashtag, that you are more than GirlBoss. You are more than BossBabe. You are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I would even say it, and Amanda, you and I and Danielle had this conversation, even with anything that you turn into female, like anything that's just a regular old word that we have to turn into male or female. It doesn't make sense to do it. Like I've seen she-EO. Have you seen that? Instead of C-E-O, she-E-O, which is just gross. And honestly, if you're listening and you've ever put that hashtag, I'm going to slap you. Do not do that. BossBabe, GirlBoss, I know it's trendy. I forgive you. But she-EO?
No, that's ridiculous.
I had not seen that before.
I haven't either.
And in fact, I would never even consider using it because I just feel like people would not even understand the play on it.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the one that we had talked about before, which was the mompreneur, which again is like cute and trendy. And I think for women, there's so much of us that wants to shout from the rooftops, like, I'm a mom and I'm a business person and we can do it all and we can have, like, 100%. I think that's where it comes from.
And I have more tolerance for mompreneur, if I'm being completely honest, than BossBabe.
That's why
I think mompreneur is a lane.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many businesses that began because somebody was a mom, especially. So that's part of their story. So I think some people are utilizing it and using it probably not properly from the original destination of how it, or origination, I should probably say, of how it began. So I don't hate that one.
Mm-hmm. No, I know you don't. That's why I brought it up, because there's all sorts of these cutesy types of things out there. The CEO, though, I can't.
I've never heard that before.
Mm-mm. I'm going to be looking for it.
I'm going to
see how many hashtags it has. If it has more than the boy boss, I'll lose it.
I'm going to look right now. Everyone hold tight.
No, I'm nervous.
And so, while you're looking that up, Bridgette, I am such an advocate for, if you're a woman, own you being a woman, and a mature woman. Be taken seriously.
Yes.
We
deserve it.
Yes, you deserve that seat at the table, but don't expect to sit at a man's table calling yourself a babe and not get called hun.
Tell him.
And that's coming from the non-feminist scale of the panel here. But I mean,
you always paint yourself in that light. Like, I'm not a feminist. You got a bit in you, Amanda, and I dig it.
I have reasoning, I guess,
yes.
Right? I mean, as I was smiling at those sweet older people, as I was tendering that cash at the hardware store, I was inviting that kind of conversation. They felt comfortable calling me Han or sweetie, where if Bridgette was going, here's your change, she might. I was being dramatic. Okay, if she was giving them that face.
I hope anybody who's listening right now needs to go. Anybody who's listening right now needs to go find us on YouTube and go watch that part, because that was way too funny.
I want to tell you something.
Oh, I'm going to get it. I'm kidding.
I was once a cashier at Kmart in Flat Rock, and I was so charming that I met my husband there. So you take that back.
No, I just was giving an example.
I was a great cashier. I'm
not saying you weren't.
No, I get it though. I get what you.
All right, what we got?
Again, go to watch the video version of this, and you'll get a good kick out of it.
So I wanted to scroll through some of the pictures before I decided that that's what this meant, but 311,000, which is more than boy.
That's a shame.
Yep,
that's way more than the two combined.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of that. Is it two E's then? So it's like she.
No, let me look at both. I did SHEO. That has 311. SHEEO.
Honestly, if I would have seen that.
1,000.
Has what?
121,000.
Honestly,
oh yeah, and these are all.
I wouldn't have even been able to say it right.
Look at on Instagram. These are all ladies with their cute pictures with the hashtag SHEEO. You are making a joke out of yourself and your business. Stop it.
Ooh, she got real harsh.
Listen, I'm serious. You spent all this time taking these beautiful branding photos and creating these awesome Instagram captions. Like, people who are successful business people don't luck into it. Like, it's hard work. Oh boy.
I don't know what's happening.
Again, if you're not in our Facebook
episode, we needed some comic relief. It was getting real serious. I just see a head. He's still crawling back.
You guys,
he could have just asked for his computer charger.
If you're not in our Facebook VIP group watching on YouTube, this is the episode to do it, because Brandon just army crawled through that room.
Thinking he was not going to be seen at all.
I looked directly at the camera like,
I can't wait for him to rewatch this.
Oh my God.
Oh, so well, back to the CEO. I just feel like, in my opinion, you work to get to the same level as a CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're there. And then you say you're a CEO, and then it goes,
mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You don't luck into this kind of success. And I'm just assuming these women are successful. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's
okay. So let's think about this a little bit. A woman who calls herself a CEO probably, no offense, probably is not a CEO.
Correct.
Oh, I'm taking it literally like it is.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
I could be wrong.
That is basically saying I'm not as good as a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
So again, why would you use it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'm listening with my bad moms and bigs.
I'm just going through some of the posts that have this hashtag. These women are not CEOs of actual companies. These women sell, like juice, and are calling.
So they're okay. They're
MLM people.
Thank you. I never can remember that word.
Or I'm sorry. I think they're now referring to themselves as online entrepreneurs. And maybe not all of the people here. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, which is fine. Which is fine. It's just interesting.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Yeah, CEO, crushing goals. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
See, I'm so there for so many of the things. I am all about crushing goals. I am all about setting them. I am all about creating a business and moving your business forward. It's just the phrasing.
Well, and not just about, I guess, these ones either. I think just hashtags in general, when they're saying hustling, there's certain words now that just really bother me, because it's almost insinuated that you have to work your fingers to the bone to be successful.
That could be an entirely different topic, is our American culture of hustle. And it's
I posted not too long ago. You posted Danielle about GirlBoss, and I had posted about the hustle culture. That's another one.
And I'm positive. I can't speak that I did GirlBoss before, but I'm positive I've hashtagged hustle.
I probably have too, because I think there's a certain point, especially if you're in business for yourself, where you are working so hard to create this dream. And it does feel like if you don't hustle, it will never happen. And I think that there is some power behind that word, and some, I don't know, esteem there.
I think it should be replaced with, say, like something like work hard or work ethic.
Yeah.
Because because hustle, you can be running around in circles and getting nothing done. That's hustling by definition, possibly. I just made that up.
But I think another conversation that we should have, and if anybody's interested in this, is the whole conversation around success. Because everybody strives to be so successful. That's like all anybody ever wants is success. But what is that?
And each person's looks different.
But then we judge other people based off of their success. And we feel like if we haven't reached a certain point of success to the masses, then we're going to get judged by others. And it's ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous.
I think this definitely should be another episode, but I think it's important to say, again, here between the three of us, in the exact same career with the exact, well, Amanda, your job is a little different now.
Slightly different.
Slightly, but
even before, the three of us do the exact same thing, and all three of us have different ideas of what makes us successful.
And I might use the word drastic differences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We should totally have that conversation. I'm writing it down.
Thank you. If you ever catch Danielle looking down, it's because she's taking her diligent notes.
I have a full sheet of notes right here.
I'm probably on Facebook or playing.
Well, I can't say you're not on a social media app right now because you're searching hashtags. So that's not a lie.
I am.
And the thing is, again, this conversation is not meant to be offensive. We are coming to this conversation with great love and maturity for fellow women who might not have realized how much they're minimizing their efforts and their positions by using those terms. At the end of the day, that's what we're discussing.
Yeah. We love, sorry, Bridgette, go ahead.
No, go.
We love each and every one of you out there. And we just want to see you all succeed, whatever that means to you. We are trying to help guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
In our opinions, obviously.
Yeah, we want you to be taken seriously, and we want you, and it doesn't matter if you're someone that owns your own business or is a supervisor in your work or just at your cubicle, you are the boss of what your job is, whatever that means to you. But we want you to be successful, and we don't want your success to be watered down with this kind of nonsense, because it's nonsense.
Sorry.
So I'm not saying we have to wrap up the episode right this second, but my mind goes to what is an appropriate hashtag we can encourage our listeners to use to really define a mature woman in business.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, finding one that brands you and using it every single time.
Good point.
Like mine is hashtag Bridgette Robertson Realtor. And every single time I post anything on Instagram, I am using that hashtag. Even if it's a picture of my children, it's getting that hashtag. Get people to learn who you are, not what this silly hashtag wants you to be. I think your brand is you and your name.
I don't even mind like the just entrepreneur. I don't even mind working mom. I don't, I actually really like self-made woman, self-made,
that
businesswoman.
I like that self-made woman.
I just used realtor mom yesterday.
I don't mind that.
It's okay. I only used it because it worked with the post I had. I don't know that I would always use it.
I don't mind those because it shows what we do and what we are at the same time. I don't mind the accompanying mom feature in it if that is truly like who you are and what you're juggling. So I don't mind that. We could get into a whole side topic of like hashtags and stuff. I feel like realtor mom is very saturated. So your post probably won't get viewed a whole lot, but
yeah, the science man. And the difference between girl and mom is mom doesn't change based on your age. Girl, you outgrow.
I feel like that is something that I've always struggled with is, we always say things like, girls and guys, or, I don't know. I just feel like we always get referenced and kind of lumped into this girl category. And it's taken me a very long time. Like I would say probably within like the last maybe 10-ish years to finally like get comfortable with myself to say, no, I'm a woman. I'm not a girl. You can sometimes use the word lady, but I rarely when talking about myself use the word girl because that's not who I am anymore. I'm not a girl.
Well, that's interesting because when people are talking, say, about genders, no matter what age, they're a boy or they're a girl. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a 60-year-old. They're like, oh, she's a girl. That is something that's interesting. Huh.
I've always identified with the Britney Spears song that says, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. Just kidding. That was ridiculous.
I got nothing.
I knew she was going to bring good old Britney into this conversation today. She's going to work it in.
Free Britney. I struggle with women too, though.
It's a weird pill to swallow. I don't know why.
I'm 35 years old. Like I'm not a girl. But woman just feels so much older and more mature.
Yes. It comes back to the maturity.
That is what we are now.
But it comes back to the maturity. My mom had me pretty young. And so I remember when she was 35 and 40 and all of these things. And she's always had her life so put together. And I'm over here just like, what is life? What am I doing? I can't be called a mom. I can't be called a woman. I can't be called an adult.
Yeah.
This isn't adulting. This is survival mode.
Yeah.
My mom used to come into school and she would wear pearls. Her hair was done. And all my friends were like, Amanda, there's your mom. Because my mom was unforgettable in school. She was so classy. And at the time, I was like, she's so old.
And now you're just like, let me do it.
Well, she had me at 30, which is not old. But when your classmates' parents were maybe 10 years younger,
Yeah.
it felt older. And I look back now, I was like, man, she was so classy. I just look back and view it so differently.
That's so
It
sweet.
was fun. So now I'm older than my mom at that time. And I just don't feel like I have a fraction of her class.
You don't. No.
I don't. It's true though. I mean, but she's one of a kind. Love my mom. And I think that's probably why I have a lot of my views that I have is because she's very much this amazing woman.
Mhm.
Never referenced my mom as a girl a day in my life.
No, but my mom is a woman. You know what I mean? Like, she's old, so she should be.
Lori,
I know.
I think you're so young.
Poor Lori.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'll work on that this year, embracing the word woman.
Do it.
Or lady. Lady's a nice in between.
Is it?
I feel like my dog is dreaming right here.
I can't
My
hear
big dog,
but
my
that's
long
sweet.
dog.
So basically, this episode has been chaos in the Monaghan family because it's army
There's
girl.
just there's so much happening. Watson's crying upstairs, so Dad's upstairs now. He tried to army crawl in here to get his computer charger, and now
coming unhinged.
our
See, that's
giant
what makes
greyhound is
you
having
a
dream.
woman. All of those things you just said, that's what makes you a woman.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
The life experiences.
It's taken me a long time to come to terms with it, but that is how I reference myself now. Most of the time. I'm not perfect at it, but most of the time. And especially in a business situation, always.
Sure.
How do I reference myself when I'm talking to you guys? I often say prude. That defines old.
I don't think old.
No.
I don't know how I
guess
don't know.
I don't know when that really comes up.
Fair.
I think it's more of like a mental thing. Like, how do you identify when you're just thinking about it?
Yeah.
I'd say it's hard. I always think of mom first, though. So
that's fair. I mean, that's who we all are, too.
Yeah. Love that role.
Me too.
So again, we don't want to offend anyone by this conversation. We just want people to level up. Level up. That's a TikTok song.
Good.
Level up.
Yes, that's good. Level up. I like that.
All right. What's our B?
Be a boss. The end.
Just be a boss.
Be a boss.
A boss.
Yes.
It can be that simple.
Yeah, it is not gender specific. A boss has no gender.
Nope.
So there you have it.
I love it.
All right. So I guess I just hope that this that someone hears this and reconsiders their branding.
Yes.
And if they don't reconsider it and think we're jerks, that's okay too.
Don't be offended. We're just
don't
trying
hate
to
me.
inspire.
Yeah, you can hate me and leave Amanda and Danielle out of this.
Stop. We're all in this together.
Yeah, but I'm interested if you are someone who markets your business, whatever that is, on Facebook or Instagram, what hashtags are you using? If it was, notice I said was, GirlBoss or BossBabe, what are you considering replacing that with? And if you need help with hashtags, like maybe you want to create a hashtag that's specific to you, let us know. Maybe we can help you.
And
that would be fun.
I would love to see, and I'm sure you guys would as well, if they do a post and for the first time leave those words out, tag our Instagram page.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
We would love to show that post support.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Bad Moms in Business.
It's that simple.
Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
It's everywhere. I love it. This was a tough, awkward conversation for me. I got a little red. Probably was a little hot.
Yeah, we have wanted to have this conversation for a while, but I think we were hesitant to do so because we didn't want to alienate anybody. So
yeah. It's not our intent here.
No, we only want what's best for you.
And for your business.
And for your business. So we haven't said it in a while. So I'm going to say it. Find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a review. 5 stars only. Thank you very much. And, share this podcast with your friends. We have lots of cool topics. So there's, I hope, something for everyone. And your support means the world. So we appreciate you.
Don't forget to check us out on YouTube.
That review on an episode that might have ticked people off.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
could have done it on the death one.
Yeah, that's true.
What were you going to say about YouTube, Danielle?
I was going to say, don't forget to find us on YouTube if you want to see the video version. Trying to grow our audience there a little bit more. So
yeah,
the video
follow
version
us over
will
there.
Be classic this episode.
Yeah, this version was a train wreck. So enjoy it.
Sorry about that.
It was fun. It was good for entertainment. It lightened up a tough conversation.
Very true.
It did. All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye everyone.